Philippines. Is Maher with an I or with an E? The thumbnail. Now I'm curious. Yes! Ba-bum! Okay, maybe I can fix a couple of things, but I like it. I like where this is going. What's the link? Actually, I can get the link from there. Don't be stupid, Risha. Don't be like that. I think people would actually want to join this, unlike the last one. Where's my dancing lady? I need mangoes. I need a dancing lady. That's right. Can you give me a high five? Yo, yo. Let go. Cool. Oh, can you guys hear us? I just signed on. Somebody pump Cardano. That's right. Pump it all. Does Mango also focus on smaller cap coins with potential? I'll be honest with you. I actually have been hunting the small end cap coins. Found a couple of really good ones so far. May reveal sub. May. It gets tricky, right? Because a lot of these, at least a lot of the small end caps that I'm currently looking at, there's not a lot of price history on it. So, you know, it's tough to give you guys like a proper analysis on it just yet. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning indeed. I'm sitting here with a cocktail. It's my weekend cocktail.
Oh, so Krisha, they can hear you, eh? Oops, my bad. Did I put you in a humiliating situation? Did you say something untoward? Anything?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It was a good thing. I was actually typing out an email.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get this started then. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Let us know if you guys can hear us okay. If the music's too loud, if you guys can hear Krisha fine, if I'm too soft, if I'm too low, etc. we'll go ahead and get started, and we'll just go ahead and jump right into it today. We won't wait for the counter. There's already 78 people in here, and I see Vishal is in here. Holy, it's been a while, buddy. How are you? How are you? Mauk is in here too. How's it going?
Wait, Vish is in here? Where is he? I don't see him.
There's 65 watching.
Oh, where have you been, man? Good to see you, finally. Hot is hot right now. How. That's Holo, right? Holo chain.
Holo chain. I'm surprised that coin.
Holo is actually looking really good. I think there was someone else who mentioned it in the growth, and I looked at that chart, and damn, it looks freaking good. It looks really, really good. Holo and some of the other coins are running, and Holo was Sean. Holo was actually running with Pundi. Remember in the last bull market.
Yes, Pundi X. Holo had a really nice run. I think it came off the bat of the ICO really strong at around 10x, and then almost immediately did a 4x, so there was like 40x right off the bat. People are making so much money in that market, man. It was ridiculous. And I don't think we've reached that phase of that market yet, right? In our current market, I don't think we've reached that phase yet. So some crazy times to come, guys. Crazy times. All you guys need to do is survive through that phase and now, just through now and that phase, right? Just survive. That's all you guys need to do. And yeah, don't hodl when it's time to let go of your altcoin bags. Hodl a Bitcoin, in my opinion. This isn't financial advice, but I think Bitcoin is going to be surprising a lot of people over the next decade. Surprising a lot of people.
I'm noticing a lot of people. I cannot say a lot of people, but there were quite a few people in the Mango Grove chat who, you know, they were sort of leaning towards the bearish side. People are still looking for dips. I'm very curious, how many of you guys are still looking for dips on Bitcoin?
I know a lot of the big macro traders. I don't say macro traders, but the traders who like look at like waveforms and try to overcomplicate things with their chart analysis, with wave theory and a bunch of nonsense. But a lot of them are looking at this as the top, right? And I don't agree with that at all. But then again, we don't try to call tops or bottoms, right? It just doesn't make sense to even do so. But yeah, I'm interested in what people have to say as well over here.
Saigon hot tonight. This is so exciting. Sean, it's been a while since I last got onto a live stream with you.
Yeah, it's been like what, maybe a couple of months, a month?
Okay, no, not a couple of months.
Which has been slacking off.
Hey, I've been doing the daily videos and I've been covering the altcoins, right?
That's true.
Right, you guys love the altcoins.
Which has been grinding on those.
Cardano.
Saeed Motion says, love your voice. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, Krisha's voice isn't as good as mine, but she'll get there. Now, my mentor says Krisha has a gifted voice too, and he doesn't give compliments out, like he doesn't give them easily. So when he said that, it meant something.
Yes. Also, guys, 105 watching and only 25 likes. Come on, hit that like button, and then we get started. It's like an ultimatum. No, I kid you not. I'm just kidding. But no, go ahead, smash that like button. Helps us gauge how many of you guys are actually into these live streams.
Let's see who else we have in here. Shelly's in here. Shelly Kalivati. Hot is hot. There we go. I think, Krisha, you already read that out. Brendan Mundell says, okay, fine, I'll pump, guys. All right, pump it, guys. Pump Cardano, pump Dot. Dot's already pumping, though. We've been talking about Dot in the Mango Seed chat. In fact, it played out exactly like how I don't say envisioned it to, because that sounds a little pretentious. But I'll show you guys what I was looking at. And again, it was a patience play. And it did work out. I still think, though, that Dot is not gonna see the break this week, the real break that I was looking for, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about in a bit too on that note. But yeah, Krisha, do you want to just jump on over to the charts, guys? Do you want to start with a Dot update or a Cardano update? Let us know in the chat.
Yes, sirree. I love how diverse our crew is here. There's people from all over the world. That's freaking phenomenal.
It's Canada right here. Sonabar Abbas says, Mango Research is doing very good. Cheers, guys. Hey, man. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate the love.
We're getting it. Cardano.
People
Dot.
saying,
Cardano.
Lee Jacobson
Cardano.
says dot. Old man says Ada. Cardano Community Podcast says dot. Okay, so Shane Walters says
So
Ada.
weird.
Troy.
He's like, well, I got Cardano in my name, so might as well just put in dot.
Sean Lisi says, I like cheese. Alright, we cover cheese too, buddy. Coty and Cardano announcement. I traded Coty in the last altcoin run. It'll be interesting to see how well it's doing now. Well, the chat's moving a bit fast. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with dot.
Yeah.
Seems
Wait,
like...
dot or Cardano? Is it dot or Cardano?
I'm reading more dot. Are you reading more Cardano?
I'm reading more Cardano. It's like Ada.
Is it Ada or Ada? I'm pretty sure it's Ada.
I'm so fed up with people like trying to correct me on it. I just, you know what they say, right? When you can't beat them, you join them. It's absolutely pathetic, but here we go.
All right, so with that, let's go ahead and switch on over to the charts. Let me make sure I have the right chart opened up though. Where am I? Okay, I do have Cardano over here, but again, guys, do you guys want to start off with something that's really, really boring? Or do you guys want to start off with something that's interesting? All right, let's do Cardano since most of you guys do want Cardano. All right, guys, stop. Enough. We're going to go with Cardano. enough spam. Okay, so let's switch on over to the charts. Okay, so nothing has changed on Cardano since my last update I did for you guys. The last time I did a update on Cardano, we had this move over here, right? This move all the way to around $1.30. But remember, we were looking for candle body closes. A lot of people thought that the sell-off was bearish. It wasn't bearish. It's a lot like what Bitcoin did way back when we had the Elon Musk pump. All right, so Elon Musk, I think he switched his Twitter profile description to hashtag Bitcoin, right? And we had a Bitcoin pump that was very similar. We were like kind of bottoming in that zone, and we had a Bitcoin pump that was sudden and aggressive, but it got sold into. But I came in here and I told you guys it doesn't matter, because regardless of whether that got sold into, we broke the downtrend on the daily time frame. And a similar story over here with Cardano. As soon as that move was made right over here, guys, we broke the downtrend on Cardano. Now it was just a waiting game to set a high low and continue, or rather switch that neutral trend into an uptrend. So we were about to establish a downtrend, right? It was looking pretty ugly. This was an aggressive move towards the downside. It was a downtrend in my eyes on the daily time frame. But this move over here gave us that confirmation in that, hey, this trend line that we were looking at is likely going to be the zone of accumulation if this was going to see the carry forward towards the upside as an accumulation zone, right? And we were looking at this, or rather postulating this, to turn into a potential ascending triangle. And that gave us that validation. So instead of getting bearish, in my opinion, if people are really, really bullish on Cardano for the long term, the way you guys say, right? So many people say, I'm holding Cardano for like a year, I'm holding Cardano for 10 years. Well, all of this was accumulation opportunity. Similar to how Bitcoin, right? Let's go to Bitcoin actually, guys. All the way down at the 3K zone. Over here, same story. Look at how long it took. It was a bit more aggressive, but it took a few days before it went up, right? And same story here. People were really, really bearish. Now, Cardano is doing something very, very similar in my eyes, and yes, it's taking some time, but it's going to surprise people again when it suddenly breaks. As soon as it takes out this high, guys, at around $1.29, an uptrend would be established within the consolidation, and that's when things get really, really interesting. Because let me go ahead and just oops, apologies, I'm trying to delete this real quick. that's when I'll be looking for something like this, right, towards that $2.15 mark. Because we are looking for candle body closes about $1.23 and the high being taken out at $1.28. Kusha, if you're looking at this as well, we are seeing the mango dynamic first prove resistance on the initial pump, right? The op line, we saw resistance at $1.22. But ever since then, we've closed multiple candles along it. Guys, this is all accumulation that's going on over here. Now remember, accumulation doesn't necessarily need to succeed and go on to pump. This could fail and break towards the downside, but it doesn't matter because now you have a clear invalidation point. If you break the op line, or rather, if Cardano breaks the op line, starts closing candles underneath there, you can start exiting the trade. But until then, there's a very easy way to know, hey, you know what, this is a clean line upon which I can accumulate a position, and if we lose that line, I am out of the trade, right? This is the kind of trade you guys want to see. It's the mango kind of trade, the accumulation trade in a bullish consolidation along a bullish weekly trend. Let's go ahead and look at that weekly. Kusha, I'm switching on over to the weekly now on my chart.
Yep.
And look at that weekly against the dynamic. If this moves and pumps towards the upside, it's going to look like, oh man, that was so obvious. What was I doing? I had an opportunity to collect slightly over $1 and I did not. Now, these are my thoughts. Kusha, what are your thoughts?
No, I agree with everything that you're saying. I don't think, like, from our last analysis on Cardano, it's pretty much everything that you just sort of summed up for everyone out there. Now, the thing is that I want to talk about a little bit of psychology, actually, because you covered the technical side of things. And it's actually, guys, during consolidations like this, people get really complacent. They get very bored, okay? Everyone's just, you know, it's hands off the wheel. And everyone's waiting for these pumps. A lot of people drop their bags. And it's only when coins like this actually start taking off, right? And now we're suddenly at all-time high. We've broken this beautiful consolidation to the upside. We've had a volatile move to the upside. And now everyone suddenly gets up and we're all scrambling around. Like, oh, and the first thing that really gets into your head is, I should have gone to position. I wasted time. I should have been getting into position. I knew that, you know, this was looking good. Should have been getting into position and I didn't. And now suddenly you're there buying tops. When markets give you consolidations like this, these are usually opportunities. Okay, especially when the overarching trend is a bullish trend. It's a mega bullish trend, at least on Cardano. These are all, in my opinion, these are all opportunities to be, you know, actually for you looking at, you know, getting into positions, building a position rather. So don't get complacent on these charts. Just because it's not moving does not mean, you know, oh, I'm going to kind of flip-flop between trades. So be careful on charts like this, because Cardano, I'll be honest with you, Cardano is still looking good. It's a bullish consolidation. Sean, the dynamic is freaking green on the daily. You know, it's turning green on those lower time frames as well. We are currently trending on that op line, right? We are currently smacking up against resistance, but I still think this is in bullish territory right now. The bulls have control of this chart.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Kusha, if you do remember back from our last analysis that we did together, we were looking for the mango dynamic op line, the op dot, the blue dot right over here, to come over the previous higher low or the current higher low at around 98 cents, and we've done that this week as well, right? So now on the next candle close, which we're going to have in a day and 10 hours, this is likely going to come higher than the current weekly candle close low, which is $1.04. So everything we want to see is taking place. The bulls have managed to defend everything that we were looking for, right? Yes, it's taking its time, but Cardano has made a significant move over the past months now. So ever since December, so at the beginning of the year, we've had a 578% move, and now we go through consolidation in a bullish way, right? In my opinion, people are getting far too impatient, and this is precisely what shakes people out. And yeah, to let the chat know, yeah, I did fix the echo that was going on. It was bothering me too. I could hear myself while I was talking, so I was not even able to like freaking speak properly. I do apologize for that. I hope it's much better now, and I think it's probably completely gone. Just confirm with me in the chat, and again, apologies for that. So yeah, Kusha, this weekly picture on Cardano is looking really good. We could actually draw a measured move based on this bull flag right over here, and I'll be looking for a target of around $2.41 if we do break this towards the upside.
Yes sirree, yes sirree.
All right, so any questions, guys? Let's go ahead and take some questions from the chat, Krisha. Let me know if you spot any.
Okay. Garima says, so good to finally have you two live together. Hey, Garima. Thank you, and glad to see you here.
Cardano Community Podcast says, hi, Vishal. Can we have a session strictly about Cardano? Yeah. Vishal will let you know if we can have a session strictly about Cardano. Let's see. Sayed says, love Mango. Hey, man, love you too. Yeah, I don't think there are any questions. I think people get the point clearly.
No questions?
Either that or the chat is a bit delayed, which it tends to be, so we'll go ahead and wait. Would you say ADA and BTC have similar charts now? On the USD, that's a good question, man. So in a bull market, right, on the USD pairing, you're going to see that almost all the charts are very, very similar, right? Very similar. That's precise. And that's primarily because Bitcoin runs the market. Okay, no matter how much we want to think otherwise, Bitcoin does run the market. Now, there are going to be periods where Cardano is going to be stronger than Bitcoin, and that's going to be something to note, right? So when you see, hey, Bitcoin's going down, but Cardano's going sideways, right? That is something that you can keep at the back of your pocket, because you can be staring at Cardano then for the next like maybe couple of days, waiting for a move to show itself, because that's exactly what happened last time. We saw Cardano for a period of days go sideways while Bitcoin was going down. That was telling me that, hey, something is coming up with Cardano, and that's exactly not exactly, but a day later, we got the big move on Cardano, big pump all the way to the current lower high that we're looking to take out. So, but overall, right, in the grand scheme of things, Bitcoin is going to be leading the market. There are going to be times where Cardano or Ethereum are doing better and are behaving in a more bullish manner than Bitcoin, and those are periods, those are outliers that you should be noting and trading. That those are trade opportunities. Hey, Wolfie's in here. How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Sandeep Pillai says, do you think ADA stands to be in a much better position somewhere in July, August, and September? I have no idea, man. I don't trade Cardano through via its fundamentals or something like that, so I have no idea what this coin even does. No disrespect to any of the Cardano fans or there. I just trade the charts because there's way too many coins to keep track of. The only fundamentals I do keep track of are Bitcoin and Ethereum. And even Ethereum less and less over the past years. There's just so much to study on Bitcoin that it's just impossible. It's impossible to keep up with anything else. And I study Bitcoin a lot. Like every freaking morning, I'm humbled by something new I learn on Bitcoin. Wolvie says he's multitasking. Hey, good to have you in here regardless. Ryan is in here. He says, morning, Krisha and Sean. Good to hear your voices this morning. Good to have you in here too, buddy. Good to have you in here. Always good to have you in here,
Ryan.
Karima asks for YFI. Yeah, we'll take a look at YFI after we are done with Cardano and we're done with DOT. Should we cover Ethereum too, Krisha, today?
I think we should, because I mean Ethereum is actually looking really good, right?
Yep, I think so.
Although I mean you did do like a couple of videos on it already. If you guys want an in-depth analysis on Ethereum, like Sean did a phenomenal video yesterday. So definitely go ahead and check that one out. That's like pretty freaking on point. So Ethereum looking like a doll.
So, but honestly, guys, in my opinion, Cardano is being neglected way too much, or people are being a little bit too depressed on Cardano. It's just like Ethereum, right? There was one period where people pretty much gave up on Ethereum, and I was the first guy. I think I was by far the first guy in the community, in the trading community, to get bearish on Ethereum. And I did it purely based on technical analysis. And then Ethereum took a long downtrend while the rest of the market pumped. And then I think it was maybe a week or 10 days ago that I said, hey guys, it's time to start paying attention to Ethereum. It's doing something really, really interesting over here on the Bitcoin pairing. And now we're seeing Ethereum past 2000, past 2100 as well, right? So now I'm thinking Cardano is in a similar story, and we're going to start seeing moves on Cardano maybe by next week, right? Maybe by the Monday that it opens, because this weekly chart is looking bullish. I'm seeing it accumulate along that ascending triangle, ascending line that we drew on the daily time frame. My honest opinion to you guys, especially if you guys are really bullish on Cardano, do not be in that position where you guys had a really, really strong opinion on Cardano hitting those high numbers, and then you get shook out on the low time frames, right? And then it goes on to hit those high numbers anyways, because if you do end up in the position, right, where you lost your bag in a bull market and a Cardano sitting like $5 or $10, you're going to feel like crap about yourself. You're going to be like, why didn't I just hold, right? And by the way, I'm not just saying hold, okay? This is coming out the wrong way. You need to have a really, really, really clear invalidation point. So for me, I would not be trading Cardano if we close weekly candles underneath the dynamic right over here, right? So essentially you see this high low right over here, 98 cents, lining up with the dynamic perfectly. If we start closing weekly candles, I don't care how bullish the fundamentals are, I don't care what my opinion is on it getting to $5, I will be exiting that trade. It was a very similar story with Ethereum. I was really bullish on Ethereum. I was calling for 5,000, I was calling for 10,000, but as soon as I saw a couple of things on the chart, well, more than a couple of things, but I highlighted all of it out to you guys. I told you guys, I'm seeing all of these things on the chart. I'm not liking it. Doesn't matter, I'm out of the trade. I'll get back in when I start liking the chart again, because the chart at the end of the day is the arbitrator of all freaking discussion. It will keep you safe, it will allow you to put food on the plate, a roof on top of your head, and to keep your family happy, because ultimately that is your only duty. All right, okay, so with that, Kusha, do you want to cover anything on Cardano?
No, actually, you just stopped me in my tracks there with your thing. I think that was very, very wise words.
Okay.
Everyone heed that. No, nothing on Cardano really. I think it's in a consolidation. It's on the weekly, it's bullish, and those of you who have patience, you are very well going to reap rewards from this one.
Daily dynamic, by the way, Kusha, like you mentioned, has flipped green, but it's also twisting above the cloud now. So those of you who do have access to the dynamic, you guys would have noticed that the daily dynamic, the top of the cloud, was the perfect accumulation zone, right? Perfect accumulation zone. Each time we came down on it, we got freaking supported to the T. This was a level that I would not have even been able to come up with myself if I had to do my own TA just through a naked chart, right? So I was really impressed with this. I was like, damn, this nailed it. This nailed it. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting, Krisha. We're seeing the dynamic on Cardano over here, right? Start flipping above the cloud around the time I'm expecting Cardano to have a pump towards the upside. So those of you who have access to the video tutorials that come along with the dynamic, you guys know what this means, right? The dynamic retaking equilibrium against the cloud positively. So we're going to have a positive twist over here. So that's going to line up with this probably going to test the top of this ascending triangle at around $1.38. So I'm liking the look of this actually. Let's go ahead and look at the 1 hour time frame, see what's going on over here. Okay, again, Kusha, would you call this a cup in hand? Let the pattern queen speak. This is 1 hour time frame nonsense though, guys, so don't let it bother you too much. We can have a little fun. Would this be what is this pattern? Some kind of structure.
I'm following your chart actually on the YouTube thing, and that's a bit behind. So anyways, I'm going to get on over to the 1 hour time frame. I'm honestly not looking at any of the coins.
It's like a really oblong Adam and Eve, and this does have a measured move to around $1.27. So
yeah,
again,
so I was looking at a cup and handle.
Cup and handle, right? Yeah,
cup and handle. Yeah, I was looking at the cup and handle. I think it's got the volume psychology for a cup and handle. It's messy as hell, and that's why we tell you guys to just stick to the higher time frames. It keeps it so easy for everyone, just sticking to the higher time frames. Easier trades to be had.
Yep. All right, so guys, that's Cardano. What I'm looking at for Cardano is the Bitcoin pairing. Personally, I'll go ahead and show you guys my chart. So I've been waiting for Cardano, and Kusha, you and I had this discussion as well, right? We talked about how this initial pump that Cardano had around the middle of March, we said we're going to agree to not take it too seriously, because in the initial upthrusts, more often than not, it just ends up being a low high, right? Especially after this prolonged downtrend. However, it does start leading to a rounded formation, especially against Bitcoin pairings, right? All coins against Bitcoin. Keep an eye on this kind of structure, guys. You're going to see a bullish uptrend, right? A really bullish uptrend on an altcoin. and then you're going to wait for the dip. You're going to wait for the dip, and the dip will come, but you won't buy because you're waiting for it to come lower and lower. Then suddenly it'll start pumping in your face, and you're going to say, hey, you know what, that's it. I'm not going to let this go any further, because who knows if it goes all the way back to the previous high over here, and you're going to end up buying here. And more often than not, that just ends up being an opportunity for other people to sell into you, and you're going to start panicking, and you're going to end up again letting go of your bag somewhere around here, right? So the time to actually buy is to wait for the higher low. You want to wait for the low to get set and then buy, or wait for the higher low to get set in before getting into a position. Now, I'm being a little bit more conservative on this, and I'm waiting for this zone over here to clear towards the upside. I may update this chart very, very soon, and I'll keep you guys posted on that. But personally, for me, I won't get aggressive on building a Cardano position. I may build a small position, but I won't get aggressive on building a big position until we start taking out the zone over here. So yeah, that's the Bitcoin pairing on Cardano.
Yeah. I'm assessing the Bitcoin pairing on the weekly time frame. Weekly is currently sitting on major support, putting in that higher low. Now, of course, it's not confirmed, but as soon as we start seeing bounces here, I think it's going to be a confirmed higher low. And Sean, it's like smack on the op line on the weekly. It's beautiful.
I just noticed that. Damn.
Yeah,
it bounced off it
beautiful.
Twice now. But look at that. It closes underneath my zone each time, right? So guys, this is why as strong as, and this I'm talking to those of you who have the dynamic, as strong as the dynamic is, do not rely on it solely, right? Try not to, because I'm setting a really bad example by using it so much myself. But right over here, you guys are seeing an example of, I came up with the zone myself, right? The dynamic had nothing to do with it. And look at how, if you use both in conjunction, you had a better trade on your hands, right? You could have maybe been a seller over here if you did buy the retest of the dynamic. So let's see. What was that move? That was a 42% move, and then it pulled back. It gave back 20% of the move, more than 20%, 24% of the move. It did give back. So those are opportunities that you can trade if you are the eager and hungry, aggressive trader, right? I'm not that trader anymore. I have no reason to be. There was a time when I was a really aggressive trader, right? But I don't recommend that in the beginning of your journey, by the way, guys. I don't recommend that. But when you do start getting the hang of things and you do start figuring things out, it's completely fine. Okay. So Krisha, Dot, do you want to start?
Yes, sirree.
Okay. I'm looking at the weekly.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all my charts on the daily, going all the way up to the weekly time frame. Oh man, this chart is so beautiful. That is a beautiful chart. Now, this is one of those charts actually where people got impatient.
Yeah.
People got very impatient on Dot, and this is what it did, right? We actually saw this higher time frame consolidation. Also, another reason why I like playing the higher time frames, it keeps my my bearish biases at bay.
Yeah.
And what do you know? So we put in, now I'm looking at this, the weekly chart, Sean. We put in a low on the 22nd of Feb, a higher low on 22nd of March.
Yeah.
Look at the symmetry there. And then we saw a beautiful break to the upside, right? I think
this was really interesting, because if you were looking at the weekly candle close, the candle that you just mentioned, Krisha, it was a pretty bearish candle, because we closed underneath that key $33 region. If you're looking at just that right now, again, I do recommend those of you in the seed chat to go ahead and look at the seed plays section, right, where we do an update on Dot as the trade was unfolding, and we did talk about this region over here. But Krisha, again, it got freaking supported on the dynamic, even though it had a really bearish close. So it was really interesting.
Yeah, and this is another thing about bull markets, hey guys. Like when you spot certain, say, bearish patterns. Okay, I'm going to use the word patterns. I cannot really use structures, because sometimes you'll see a bearish pattern actually break down. But when you see the breakdown, you don't really see that follow through. Okay, the follow through that is needed to break the structure. Okay, so you'll find a bearish pattern. You'll find a reason to be bearish. You'll even take the flip side of the trade, right? Price breaks down, but that follow through is not there. And what transpires on the chart is, okay, price coming down to only put in a higher low. Okay, but in that interim, people start getting out of their positions. Now, something like this happens, and there's a fake out on the chart. And yes, I mean, I personally have been victim to instances like this, but I've also set in a rule for myself wherein if I get faked out of a trade, Okay.
Need to get back
I
in.
get back in. I get back in once the chart starts looking good again. However, I reset my risk variable, so I approach it like a brand new trade. I'm not trying to win back what I lost. Okay, none of that revenge trading. I try and approach it with a clear mindset. If I have to go ahead, take a walk, take a couple of days, away from the charts, I'll do it. But I'll get back into the trade if it's looking good once again. So these are little things that you need to spot in various sort of market conditions. Now, the current market condition is, we're in a bull market, right? So you're going to see instances like this where, patterns break down, there's no follow through to the downside, and then we see another swift move to the upside. Okay, so that's what I think that's what happened on Dot's chart at the very least. And Sean, I'm actually trying to, I'm going to come up with the next target for Dot. Okay, my topmost target for Dot actually came in at $42. So I want to see where this goes next.
I have
What
a
are your thoughts
target.
on this one?
I have a target for around 53 to 54. I was looking at it earlier this morning, so around 50, let's say $55 to round off, because you know me, I don't like being too precise. But around there, $53 to $55. I'm okay. So I do want to talk about something interesting on Dot, right? Guys, if you do remember, those of you who have been following the Dot trade for a while now, you guys know that we got really interested in Dot right over here. Okay, right over here in this zone, just underneath $10, when we had this massive we had the bear structure that broke towards the downside, got picked up, and then this big bullish candle, like, you just pretty much we bottomed up, and we not only wrecked a lot of probably traders who try to get short here too early on the lower time frames, but we closed above the highs, the candle close highs, the actual wick highs, and also the key psychological level. That was a really bullish candle. So we had you could call this a really good bear trap, followed with a really nice bullish candle, but the bullish candle is what made that a bear trap, and then continuation towards the upside, right? Now over here too, guys, in my opinion, this was what you would call a legit bear trap, right? Now the Ichimoku, I'll bring that up in a bit, but the Ichimoku caught this really well as well. We'll look at that soon. But look at this. You had a candle close over here on the daily, retest, no follow through, close back into the zone, and just start trending towards the upside, right? People said, F it, this is not dumping back down. Again, very similar to last time. Bearish structure where you had a high, lower high, rejection, so almost a triple top in a way, and then broke structure, but no follow through towards the downside. Your target should have been over here, or rather you are expected this to come down to around $20, but no follow through towards the downside. Very similar to what happened over here. Instead, we broke towards the upside. Now this is super bullish to me, super bullish, just like it was bullish over here. And what's more is, we just pointed this out, this was bearish on the weekly as well. You can see that the weekly structure broke. You can see it on the daily as well. On the daily dynamic, we even got the bear trap on the daily. We closed underneath the daily zone, even though we've been accumulating along it the entire time. We closed underneath the cloud, retested the cloud, broke back above it, closed above the cloud, and now we just took out every other level. Right now we're above the dynamic. It's twisting bullish to the up line, is again above the dynamic and angling aggressive towards the upside. So I really like the look of this. Yeah, Kusha, so did you get your targets while I was ranting off of that?
Yes, I did. Okay, so I think the first target, so the first one that I had on my chart, or rather the last one I had on my chart, came in at $42, which we're currently living over. I think if we start seeing, if the weekly actually closes over $42, the next major one comes in at $57. And then after 57, Sean, all the way to 71.
Damn. So let's see, how much percent move is that? Let's see. So from here, that would be a 64% move, guys. A 64% move if we hit Krisha's targets. And she has been nailing it, so I wouldn't be surprised. Dot could actually, it's a bull market, man. If my numbers on Bitcoin are correct, I think Dot could get up to $100 from over here. But again, don't quote me on that. There's no TA behind that. It's just like pure bull market speculation at this point. All right, so that's Dot, guys. Is there anything else? Ethereum is pretty much doing what we expected Ethereum to do. We can go ahead and take a quick look at Ethereum at USD. Yeah, broke the ascending triangle. This was a really neat close on the daily, guys. Let me clear out everything else. Just look at that. Got the daily candle close above it. Let me zoom in for you guys. Clear daily candle close above, retested it, and just pumped right over, right? That's when you know the market is respecting structure. That's when you know. And again, what do we talk about, guys? What do we talk about? We talked about looking at two things. I gave you guys this trade on a freaking platter in that Ethereum video, by the way. Go watch that Ethereum video. I did two videos. Okay, in the first one, I said there are two ways to look at this, guys. Okay, there are two ways. You could look at this as a horizontal. Okay, the horizontal structure along with the diagonal structure. And the reason you can do that is because this lower high over here, right, this lower high compared to this lower high, the angle between the two is really it's as good as flat. It's as good as flat. So when you have something like this, I've back tested this pattern over and over again, and I've had many successful trades out of this. Does it need to work every single time? No, but when it does work, it works brilliantly. In fact, I don't recall the last time it did not work out for me. But again, don't get too bullish on this, and don't go all in on this kind of pattern trade. But what you can do is wait for the first close, wait for the retest. Okay, so essentially what you're doing is, let me backtrack a little bit. What you're doing is you're playing both. You're playing the symmetrical triangle as well as the ascending triangle over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your position and divide it by 2, and you're going to get x1 as your first position and x2 as your second position. And together, if you add them together, you're going to get your entire position, right? So you're going to take x1 on the first candle close and the retest of the diagonal line, and then you take x2 when you get your second candle close above the flat line. When you get both the positions in, you get your move and continuation likely towards 2,500, maybe 3,000, and my eventual target personally is 3,500. So it's worked out to the T. If you guys are looking to learn things like this, go ahead and watch that video. Watch that Ethereum video and watch the second video as well, because that was a follow-up before we got the continuation. Because when I did do the video, we were sitting around here. I believe we were sitting around here, or maybe here, right? I forget, but yeah. So any thoughts, Kusha, on Ethereum?
No, I was calculating the measured move for this bull flag. I'm looking at my moon girl targets.
And what is it?
Let's so I did one for the symmetrical triangle. I think
that's around 2.5k.
Right.
And so, the bull flag is 3.5k, I believe.
3.5k.
Yeah.
3.5k. Damn.
There we go.
About time. Have you noticed though the platform coins have been sort of running?
Yeah.
So we're seeing Ethereum, right? Dot.
Kusama.
What else? Kusama.
Yeah.
Dude, Kusama's chart is like freaking insane.
Yeah. That's another one we've been covering in seed, by the way. For those of you seedlings who have been slacking off, it's time to wake up. I believe Cardano is a platform coin as well. I should know this, and I'm pretty sure I'm right about this. Cardano is a platform coin. It's gonna apparently have smart contracts soon, right? So it has to be a platform. Kusha,
I don't know.
Kusha's made me a margarita that is a bit too strong, so I'm not.
4293. 4,200 I think is going to be my next target for my moon girl target for Ethereum.
What did you say? 4,293?
Yeah.
So that's higher than my targets, and people think I'm being overly bullish.
Yeah, I think
so. That's a 2x from here. That's a 2x from here. That's like Ethereum sitting at 2,100. Alright, guys, you heard the girl. Dump your Bitcoin, buy Ethereum. Speaking of which, let's go look at BTC.
Oh God.
You gotta get your drink, man, old man. You gotta get your drink next time.
He's like, that sounded so funny.
No,
like,
I meant his name.
Drink, old man. Go get your drink, old man.
Oh man, that's pretty funny. But Ethereum, Kusha, Ethereum's at BTC chart, Wolvie is right. It's looking really interesting. We closed above a key horizontal, and we could do a measured move over here. So I'm looking at the theme, by the way, guys, on the weekly time frame as this. Let me zoom out for you guys. You guys can see this broadening wedge I'm drawing. It's basically drawn off the weekly, which is why you guys are seeing it seeing price break through it, but we'll zoom out in a bit to look at that. I believe this may actually line up. Okay, so this measured move, Krisha, of this W, this winning formation over here, is pointing to around 0.04 Satoshi. So let's go ahead and look at the weekly now. Is there anything lining up over there? 0.04. Yep, that is the bull flag consolidation that broke towards the downside on the weekly. Oh, this is looking actually really good. Okay, so clearly my
I told you. There are some very smart folks in the seed program looking at the Bitcoin charts. I like that. I really like that. I've honestly just been keeping my eyes peeled on the ETH BTC pairing mostly. So the Ethereum USD pairing has been in bullish territory pretty much, even during the consolidation. Garima actually said that Krisha's been bullish on Ethereum now, like for some time, and yeah, you're right, because I mean, there's nothing to be bearish on, right? If you're looking at the USD chart, the thing is, you know, when you're looking at the Bitcoin chart, it comes down. How do I say this? It comes down to everyone's personal plan, really, right? What is your plan? Like, if I had to ask all of you guys out there, everyone watching, what is your plan when you're trading the charts right now? Are you here to collect USD, or are you here to collect Bitcoin? Right. So it boils down to that question at the end. Now, my answer to that question is I want to collect Bitcoin. So that's why I sort of focus on those Bitcoin pairings. So sometimes yes, I'll enter the trade, but I always want to see how the Bitcoin pairing is doing. Because if the altcoin I'm trading against Bitcoin is not doing well, I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm just better off hanging on to my Bitcoin. There's no point in me actually taking the trouble to, you know, just go dissect the charts, get into the trade, deal with all of that mess when I could just be in a winning trade already.
Exactly. It's about dealing with the stress of losing Bitcoin and also trade management, right? So you're gonna have to get in, get out, get in, get out, and you gotta really have conviction in your trade on an altcoin, right? The gains need to be that much more if you're going to be getting out of Bitcoin that you're bullish on, right? And Bitcoin isn't a bull trend. Just keep that in mind. So if Bitcoin does break to the upside, and let's say Bitcoin goes to 70,000, Ethereum needs to outperform by that much of a margin. So it may keep doing well in USD terms, and this is where a lot of people went wrong in the last market, where the altcoins were doing relatively well against USD, but Bitcoin was going on a freaking tear, right? It was going on a tear, and a lot of their altcoin gains were because Bitcoin was carrying them. And then it was only when Bitcoin entered its bear market that a lot of the altcoins, or rather shitcoins, started pumping. Now, I'm not talking about coins like Ethereum. Ethereum was running for in the entire market, right? The entire market Ethereum was running. But even the phase before Bitcoin ran from around, I think, 4,000 to 20,000, Ethereum was doing pretty bad, right? Ethereum was hovering at around the $400 mark before Bitcoin hit 20,000, and that's when Ethereum really started taking off.
Yeah. These are all like, it was really cool, you know, to dissect the charts when you kind of go back into the historic price action and just to see how things unfolded. It was all very, very interesting. And in fact, if you guys actually do that, right, you'll be surprised as to how many plans you can actually come up with just by looking at that historic price action, even for yourself. Right. So sorry, go on.
I just realized that we didn't cover Bitcoin today. We were supposed to cover Bitcoin as well. So I'll do a daily update tomorrow on Bitcoin, because I'm not sure whether we should cover Bitcoin so deep into the video.
Should.
Yeah. Okay.
No?
So essentially, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think too many people are too keen on Jesus Christ. I had a couple too many drinks, guys. So, I can barely even speak English anymore. But yeah, Bitcoin we can cover tomorrow. There are a couple of really interesting things to talk about on Bitcoin that I do want to keep for a fresh video.
But do any of you guys have any questions? Let us know. Bitcoin dominance actually, Sean, is looking interesting here. Only on the weekly. I'm only looking at this on the weekly.
So what people haven't realized is that Bitcoin has had bullish monthly close after bullish monthly close after bullish monthly close, and the month of March, people were expecting Bitcoin to have a bearish month. And why? Because historically, March has always closed bearish, right? You kept hearing that throughout the month. Throughout the month, I'm expecting March to be bearish. I'm expecting March to be bearish, and that was based off data that made no freaking sense at all. I had to step in a couple of times when I did see people start using that even in the Grove, because that is bad technical analysis. That's bad analysis period, because Bitcoin doesn't have enough data points to even be using data like that. And look how ironic the candle close was at the end of it all. This is one of Bitcoin's most bullish monthly candles over the past 3 months, because not only did we close green yet again, but we also closed above the previous high. Okay, we closed above the high of Feb. That is really, really bullish. So we made a new high and we closed above the previous high. And people don't realize the significance of that. I think this month is going to be really bullish for Bitcoin. And hey, I could be wrong at this, but if it does end up being a bullish month on Bitcoin, I don't want to be caught out of position. And we're consolidating now on the daily chart at a key level. Now again, this is the level that I told you guys is going to be more important than the other levels that people are eyeing, right? Yes, the dynamic was a very, very important level as well. We closed above it. We got the retest. This was the trade that Wolvie got a really, really good pick up on. He got filled over here, and now he's sitting in a really, really good trade. So good job on that. But now, okay, what's key to note, guys, is that Bitcoin is sitting right up against the level that we've been talking about ever since we were sitting around 51,000. The 58 point, all right, whatever this horizontal over here is, okay, this horizontal. Bitcoin needs to close daily candles above this. I think we have kind of closed the candle above it, but not convincingly. Yes, we have actually. So yesterday's candle, which was a weekend candle, so I'm not going to put too much credence on it just yet, but we've closed one daily candle above it. I want to see Monday. I want to see the weekly candle close above this level. If we do see the weekly close above this level, I'll be looking for continuation all the way up to around 61,000. So this level over here, Krisha, is the key level in my opinion to look for Bitcoin to have that continuation to the upside.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm looking at, like, if you look at it on the weekly, now this is something that I'd actually posted on the seed setups, right? Wherein if Bitcoin actually starts, and this is when we were at the bottom of the, we were pretty much at 51.8K when we were putting in that higher low on the weekly time frame. And I said that, hey, if we start popping up from here, then the consolidation is likely going to be cut short, and we may start seeing an ascending triangle actually play out. And if we start breaking, then there's a good chance that this actually sees that continuation. The level, Sean, that I'm looking at, I don't know if you agree with me. Maybe it's just me who has this on her chart, but the level that I'm looking at is 58.6K.
No, that's exactly the level I have. So well, not exactly, but the level I have is around 58,966. But yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and I'm noticing price on that. It's resilient on that 58.6K region. I mean, it's sort of, it's so sitting on it.
Okay, you're looking at that as a level of support, eh?
As a level of support, I'm looking at no. So to be specific, I'm looking at 58,634.
Okay, I see. So we're squeezing between your level and my level, but I do think that we may have closed above the level I was looking at, or I am looking at, but I'm not convinced just yet. I want to see the weekly close above it. I'm looking at my level as a resistance. You're looking at your level as a support. I just marked it out on my chart. And again, are you seeing the potential weird looking, at least to a psychological level, a inverted head and shoulders over here? I'm going to go ahead and mark it out for the viewers. You could go ahead and take a look at my chart.
Yeah, you'll have to mark it out for me too. I'm not
yeah, so I would look at this through a psychological perspective as a inverted head and shoulders, and I can go and show you guys why. Because essentially what you're looking at over here is we had a swing high, right? A swing high all the way up to $62,000. The bears stepped in well, and they pushed price down. Okay, they pushed price down and made a low. Okay, cool. But the bulls stepped in and pushed price up again. Okay, now it was again back on the bears to make something happen, and the bears stepped in and they pushed price, lower this time. Which is good. They managed to do their job. They managed to do what they were supposed to do. They made a lower low. All right, cool. Now the bull stepped in one more time, and the bear stepped in, and then this candle, and this is where it's going to be a controversial the controversial part of the pattern. But in my opinion, this candle was aggressive enough because we had to move all the way from 59,000, which is as good as 60,000, all the way down to 56,000, right? So a good $4,000 to $5,000 move that could be considered as, hey, the bears tried to push price down, but the bulls picked it all the way back up again. So that's how your head and shoulders patterns form, right? You have a swing pattern like this, and this kind of looks wrong, but you guys understand what I'm talking about, and you break towards the upside if this neckline is broken. If you do break this neckline towards the upside, which is why I think this 59,000, 60,000 region is going to be critical going into the weekly close. I've been talking about these levels ever since we were looking at the Bitcoin monthly close. I said how we close the month is going to be really important, but how we close the weekly is going to be just as important. So being patient over here is going to pay dividends.
Okay, I see what you're looking at, but if you're looking at that as a inverted head and shoulders, that's actually pretty freaking bullish if you're looking at this current price action as the right shoulder.
Yeah, exactly,
right?
exactly.
Like they're not. It's essentially telling us that the bulls are stepping in
exactly
to really support the price.
Yeah.
So if it plays out, and I think it's got the volume too, just to actually support your thesis of an inverted head and shoulders.
Yep.
So okay. So 59K.
That right shoulder is essentially the bears showing extreme weakness, right? And this is their last ditch effort right over here to push the price down. But I'm seeing price kind of angle towards the upside, making higher lows on a candle basis, single candle basis, each candle. But again, I'm not convinced. I don't get too bullish just yet. I don't see those weekly candle closes.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, is that Paul? I was thinking about you just today, Paul. I was thinking about you just freaking today. It is nuts. This has happened twice now. I was thinking about Felix the other week. Okay, I was thinking about him, and I woke up that morning thinking, man, where's that guy? I'm really missing the guy. And he PM'd me just that morning. And now you show up after such a long time, and I was thinking about you just this morning. That's insane. That's freaking insane. How are you, man? How freaking are you? I miss you. Isha, it's Paul.
I know. I literally just panted over to my chart, and the first comment is, stop drawing on a pants, Sean. I'm like, who is that? That's funny. What's up, Paul? Long time no see, man. Stop by the chat sometime.
Yeah, you just disappeared ever since we migrated to Discord.
Yeah, Discord was hard for me too, but then I kind of got the hang of it.
Mike Sheldon says her voice is like an angel, his voice not so much. Hey man, it's not something I can control. I was born with this.
Sean, I think you sound like an angel.
Yeah, so she's mine, guys. So her voice is mine too. Her voice is indirectly mine, so I take all of those compliments as a compliment to me.
So Savage Trader asks, what was that neckline number? So what was the number that you had on your neckline?
Again, man, it's not a clean number because we're seeing price close above it, but essentially I'm looking at around 59,000 to 60,000, right? You want to be a little bit more. Okay, so go ahead and watch the 2 Bitcoin videos I did this week. It'll give you an idea of what I'm looking at, and we're looking at a few things. Essentially, I don't want to go through the entire analysis again, but we're seeing the same pattern play out over and over again on Bitcoin, where the bears, broke structure towards the downside. We're seeing consolidation, but no follow through towards the downside. Instead, we retake the dynamic and continuation towards the upside. We saw it over here too. Same thing. Broke structure towards the downside, No freaking follow through after consolidation, and instead that consolidation just ended up being the bulls accumulating a position while the bears are thinking that, hey, this is finally their time to get a big short position in, and they sell into the bears at the bears sell into the bulls at cheaper prices, and then the bulls gladly take those positions out of their hands, and then we see continuation towards the upside. We saw it over here again, same thing, okay. Right over here, broke structure, no freaking follow through whatsoever, broke towards the upside. We saw it over here too at 10k, 12k. That was the biggest freaking fake out, where we put in a head and shoulders top pretty much, right? Shoulder, broke down. A lot of people either got way too aggressive over here or way too impatient and lost their position, and this was just a tear after that. The longer the consolidations, guys, that do not see the follow through, the more likely that you're going to see the reverse aggressive move, and that's what we saw. And around this period, I was telling everybody, just sit back, watch the monthly candles, watch the yearly close, because what Bitcoin is about to do is going to be spectacular. And we're only a few months from this moment, guys. This was around October-ish, November-ish, September, October, I believe. And damn, it's been a hell of a ride. So yeah, and I feel like Bitcoin's doing the same thing again. It's constantly been working on people, where people are selling into the bulls. And now again, I could be wrong on this, but I don't need to be right every single time, right? That's what trading is about. When you're wrong, you know your invalidation point and you get out of your trade. But when you're right, you get rewarded handsomely. So yeah, all of that to say that watch those videos, and essentially what I'm looking at is multiple candle closes above the 60,000 region and us taking out these highs over here around 60,100.
Yeah. Sean, like today, remember when we were talking about, so I've been very bullish on the altcoins right now, and Sean's like, I think Bitcoin may very well make a move. And it's weird. I'm looking at the Bitcoin dominance, and I'm also looking at all the levels you just mentioned on Bitcoin's chart. And I actually think that this is coiling. It's freaking coiling, at least on the 12-hour time frame. I'm seeing, I mean, it's so apparent. Like, you're currently on the daily time frame. You can see the bull flag, right? That we currently have
on Bitcoin, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's very small. So it's like it's leading up to that cement, the right shoulder that you highlighted.
Exactly.
But
exactly. It's subtle. It's not obvious, and it's the patterns that are not obvious that work out the most on Bitcoin. We both know that. No one's talking about it, which is making me more bullish on it. I just switch on over to the Bitcoin dominance chart, and again, like this is lining up with that because we are sitting on support over here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm looking at that in addition to the current bull flag that we're putting in on the 12-hour time frame. We start breaking out of that, then I'm saying that Bitcoin dominance also takes a move to the upside. So you guys are going to get the signs on the alt Bitcoin pairings. Okay, for those of you who are playing your altcoins against Bitcoin, you'll see the first signs on those charts.
I just switched on over to HOT because people have been spamming HOT in the channel, in the chat, and my reaction was just like, holy shit. Right. I was like, what the hell happened over here? Wait, this has to be the wrong chart. HOT. No, because I don't remember it having 19 sats. No, wait, how this doesn't seem right. Where's the best place to look at this? Why is it not on Binance anymore? This used to be on Binance. Okay, there we go. This makes more sense. Okay, Kusha, it's on HOT USD on the Binance on the Binance chart. I was looking at the HIT BTC chart and it just looked ridiculous because I was looking at this last year, and that Bitcoin pairing did not look right. To me. Guys, there's nothing for me to like analyze here. It's just in a bull trend, but I can look at the lower time frames. Okay, so the lower time frames, this is actually the dynamic is at the very least on the lower time frames is saying that this is an opportunity. The last time we had the breakout of the consolidation right over here. Let me go ahead and mark it out for you guys. Oops. So we had a breakout of the consolidation right over here, right? Break above, nice move. You see the volume here too, guys. Nice move over here, break out of the consolidation. This is when your trend started. But there are two ways you can play this. You can either you can either buy the breakout, or you can wait for price to pull back, put in a higher low, put in a more rounded structure against the trend, which is what we got over here. We started accumulating again on the dynamic for trend continuation. Again got picked up over here, again trend continuation. Now it does look like we're pulling back onto the dynamic yet again. So you could have gotten your position over here at around 2 cents, 0.023, or you could wait for around 0.021. Now, with a trend like this, and knowing how HOT usually moves its profile from last year, this could get aggressive. And if I was really interested in this myself, I would be looking for my position somewhere around here between the zone of around 0.023 and 0.021, and my risk as to where I'm wrong on this trade would be all the way over here under 0.0183. So that's how much of risk I'll be willing to take. Now, to understand what I mean by this, go ahead and watch my video on Harmony 1, where I talk about I'm willing for price to pull all the way back down to here before I'm wrong on the trade. So you need to position yourself accordingly. Your position size needs to reflect that, right? Needs to reflect that risk, because this could pull back. This could pull all the way back over here, but you're looking for it to get supported at around 0.0182 cents. If it starts closing back underneath this structure that you have over here, guys, starts closing back underneath that structure, then that trend is invalidated. What you don't want to see is for consolidation, impulse move, consolidation, impulse move, and then break back into the previous consolidation. That's something I don't like. It could end up being a fake out and a trap, like how, you know, we talked about how DOT had a really clean fake out and a clean trap, and that's fine. Get trapped, but you can never predict a trap is gonna come. So exit your trade and then just get back in later, right? But again, kind of digressing over here. This is the entire trade laid out for you guys.
Yeah, and it's so easy with these kind of signatures.
Yep.
So I'll give you guys one from my playbook. When I usually look for charts that have like amazing, very clean signatures. Okay, I try to keep it very mango for myself, very simple, very easy, stress free. Okay, so I look for these neat signatures, and I'll take the trade based on the signature. And as soon as the price breaks that signature, I'm out. And it keeps and it's usually right. Okay, every time it does break that signature, I'm like, you know what? I think something different is happening on the chart. I'm gonna sit this one out, and I'll wait for the chart to establish a brand new signature. And Sean, like, we've done pretty well just following that very simple rule
exactly
of just signatures. Just go look at the signatures on the chart, find charts that have neat signatures, and then take the trade based on that. So now take hot, for example, right? So we're currently trending on that mango dynamic. Now every touch of the dynamic, every consolidation on the dynamic, and it's been really great support. It's been a very good zone of accumulation for people. Okay?
Yep.
Every touch of the dynamic has been a accumulation zone, after which there's a beautiful pump to the upside. Once again, when we come back down to the dynamic, beautiful zone of accumulation, one more pump to the upside. Now, when I say that, when you see these accumulation zones, I usually look at that as a trade setup with a baked-in invalidation point.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, and that's what makes it so beautiful.
Yep.
Right? So if it does break the dynamic, you know so fast that you were wrong on the trade. Right? And you get out of your trade without much of a loss. So try and employ these kind of very simple, tactics into your trading style. And yeah, just keep it simple. Keep it simple. Don't try and like overcomplicate stuff.
Kusha, it's looking pretty good on the Ichimoku as well, but it's not, the Ichimoku is not catching it as beautifully, but it's still something people could use to. You guys are going to need a little bit more leeway as to knowing when you're wrong on the trade, because the Tenkin on the 12-hour, which is what I do like to use for all coins on the Ichimoku, is coming in at 0.017 cents, which is fine, right? This could pull back there, but yeah, this is a good chart, guys. This is definitely a good chart. Will I be getting in? Most likely not. Yeah, we did do dot, Yazir. We did do dot.
We know quite a few people who actually did pretty well on Holo chain in the last bull market.
Yeah.
Holo actually runs really, really well. I'll say that. Along with Pundi. Has Pundi been running? I don't know. PXS.
Paul
I need to...
asks for XRP. Let's go and do a
Oh.
seedling request. By the way, Paul, I'm expecting to see you more active in the seed chat now.
You know what, Paul? I was actually like last night when I was having supper. Anyways, I was just having my food, and Sean hates this about me, wherein I have my phone next to me and it just keeps going off, right? So when I say going off, like my cell phone, it just keeps glowing, and that glow is always, guys, always whale sniper, right? So it's telling me all the big buy-ins that have come in. And just yesterday, I saw one on XRP. I'm like, what the hell is happening with that chart? And it's usually Whale Sniper that always tips me off on XRP pumps. But every time I go to the chart, I always find it so lackluster.
Look at the weekly. Maybe you won't find it that lackluster. There's a massive, you could call it a ascending triangle, a cup in hand, call it what you will. There's something interesting going on over here. It's against a neckline at around 0.62 cents. Damn, it made its way all the way back up over there. This is actually looking really interesting. Good find, Paul. Good find. Measured move is coming up to around $1.10. So not bad. So Paul, I'll be looking for weekly candle closes above 62 cents and taking out the highs of actually 75 cents. Doesn't need to even take out this high over here at around 78 cents.
Really good. Yeah, this is looking so good.
Good find, Paul. Good find. He says he's back, brother. I'm glad to hear that. I am freaking glad to hear that. The market's just getting started, man. The market's just getting started. Let's take a few more comments. Think they might have done dot already. I missed some. Had to go out. Hey man, you can rewind and you can watch this later too. This will be uploaded. Spitco, please don't spam like that. Because you spammed, I will not be taking that request. And because you spammed, the other people who asked for Anchor as well will have to pay the price as well. So now feel bad about that. Feel bad about that. No, I'm kidding. I'll cover Anchor in a bit. But you're on timeout. Savage Trader says, so thankful, been using indicators and making stupid moves. You mean avoiding stupid moves? So what people don't understand about, you're going to hear from a lot of elitist traders saying, hey man, use price action. Price action's the best, blah, blah, blah. And I use price action, and I know price action can be really, really powerful. But if you are a new trader, I say do not use price action. You will learn price action after you learn everything else. It's the last thing you learn because it just comes intuitively to you at that point. But in the beginning, okay, every trader's biggest mistake ends up being risk management because they end up letting their emotions and their feelings getting the better of them. So what you need is to be as objective as possible, and price action is not the most objective indicator at all. It's the least objective indicator. When you have indicators that you can't tell the indicator to do something you want it to do, right? If it's looking bearish, it's bearish, period. You have to get out unless you break your rules blatantly, and then you will know after the fact that damn, I should have just followed the indicator. It was telling me to get out. All my rules were saying that if this indicator, that indicator, and this indicator all say it's bearish, get the F out of the trade, and I still did not listen. You'll have something objective to reflect upon at the very least. But if you start with price action, right? If you start off with the complex shit, you're going to find excuses to stay in the trade, which is why I tell people to, if you're starting off, do not use diagonals, do not use trend lines that go, that you can shape whichever way you want, right? Because that ends up in you adjusting it to your needs, to your freaking position. So don't do that.
Amen.
All right, so and I've been ranting way too much today. This was supposed to be a relaxed stream. Let's go through the comments. Garima says Wi-Fi time. Maybe. Oh yes, Garima. Yes, Garima. Let's go ahead and look at Wi-Fi. You've been looking at this chart for a while, eh? Wow, it's literally done almost nothing since we last looked at it. I don't even know what my drawings are doing over there, but I think it's kind of squeezing over here. We have higher lows on the weekly, right? You see it? See that, Garima? And we have this kind of like tight lower high pattern that seems to have broken. So I'm interested to see what this looks like on the lower time frames now, on the mid time frames. Maybe we have a falling channel that has broken towards the upside. Yeah.
What was that, Sean?
I'm trying to find excuses to like the chart, and I'm not. Yeah, we did have a descending triangle, Krisha, that broke towards the upside, and we retested that triangle perfectly, and now we're seeing continuation. The first measured move is likely going to be over here, and we already hit that. So now if we take out that level, Garima, I'll be looking towards this level over here at around 44,714 Satoshi, and then after that, I don't think this is going to be resistance. Not really. It's likely going to be over here at around 53,000. Is that the high? Yes, that is the high. So this is going to be the key level, Garima. 45,000. If we take out 45,000, I think this is going to go past Bitcoin's price after that.
The price on this one still hasn't sunk in. 37.9K. Jesus. Speaking of Jesus, Easter is tomorrow, isn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
It's the alcohol. Yes, it is the alcohol. Krisha makes the strongest drinks, man.
Wow.
She does.
Just throw me under the bus.
Well, you do. She doesn't use the measuring cup, none of that, right? She just takes the bottle. You guys should see how she makes drinks. Holy shit, man. She she uses the actual freaking glass as the freaking measuring cup because it's the entire cup, right? It's mostly alcohol and there's barely any mixer in there whatsoever, and I always like it. So I'm like, don't worry about it. She'll ask me, is it too strong? Don't worry about it. And then you guys get this version of me.
Just blame it on me.
Oh my god. It's good though, it's good. I'm not gonna complain.
Happy Easter, by the way, to everyone who's celebrating.
Happy Easter indeed. I've been looking at Solana, by the way, guys. I've been looking at Solana for the longest time. Again, those of you in the C program know this. Took out this key level over here, and we're seeing continuation. Really liking this shot. Really liking this shot. I was looking for this level to be resistance, and it was, but we took out the high. You guys are seeing the importance of taking out the high. Then we closed above, and now we're seeing continuation. Respected that level, right? So this is a key tip for all of you. You can simply look at the previous high and put a horizontal at the high right over there, and then you're going to see price react to it, right? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That easy. I had fish and chips with mushy peas last night. It was yummy. Damn, that does sound good.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
Okay, .BTC guys, let's go. Look at that. Oh, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. I've been noticing, all right? I've been noticing, and I mentioned, this was the first thing I mentioned when I woke up this morning to the seedlings. I was like, all right, guys, I'm seeing a lot of the big cap coins come up against resistance on the Bitcoin weekly pairings, right? On their major levels. Right over here, we're seeing DOT against its previous Bitcoin high, see resistance. So regardless of what it's doing on its USD pairing, on the Bitcoin pairing, it's seeing clean resistance against that level over here. Now, we did take out the high though. So again, very key to note that we did take out the high. So it's going to be really interesting. Do we reclaim that level soon? Or does this end up being a rejection and we see continuation towards the downside? This is going to be dependent on how this weekly candle closes. If we close somewhere around here where we're sitting at, if the rejection is not good enough and we don't see continuation in the following week, then I'm going to be expecting the high to be taken out and we have continuation towards the upside. And this is decision point as to whether altcoins outperform Bitcoin, or we see people take their funds out of altcoins and pour it back into Bitcoin. Because a lot of Bitcoin traders, or rather Bitcoin maximalists who are looking to collect Bitcoin, who are in these trades, are going to be getting out of their trades. They're going to be taking their profits and putting it into Bitcoin. And this may lead to Bitcoin breaking those key levels that we talked about on that inverted head and shoulder in its current consolidation. Does that make sense? You guys seeing how all of it comes together? The picture? Okay, same thing with Ethereum's weekly. We have a weekly level right over here. I'm not sure why this horizontal is here. It should be marking out these candle closes, right? So now Ethereum's looking a lot better, but they take out the weekly level. Okay, actually no, I was wrong. The weekly level is there. This level. So Ethereum has two weekly levels that I'll be looking at, this zone and this zone. However, it already cleared the zone, so it's already looking way better to me than the rest of the altcoins. We could still come back down here, retest the zone on the Bitcoin pairing, okay? That doesn't mean Ethereum's USD pairing needs to come down. All that could mean is Bitcoin goes up and Ethereum goes sideways, and then later we see continuation. I'm honestly expecting Ethereum to do well, right? I could be wrong on this one, and again, I'm expecting Ethereum to do well against Bitcoin, and that means little because most of you guys care about the USD pairing. Just gonna take a sip of water. I think I'm dehydrated. Michelle, how much alcohol did you put in this one?
I poured it in front of you. You're like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, all right.
It's one of those big cups, guys, where you don't really know how much is in there, right? Because it's an illusion, right? It fills up in a weird way. You're like, is that enough? So I just trusted her judgment, which was really a bad decision. What's a good strategy with $100? I haven't gone through your playlist yet. Listening. Wait, what are you talking about? I don't understand the question. If you're trading with $100, I say keep it. Don't trade with it. It's not enough to really trade, man. I say use it to practice, like practice trade with it, but don't take a gamble on it. Like take it seriously and learn, right? Every dollar you lose on that, pretend it's $1,000 that you're losing, right? So pretend that $100 is $100,000, for example.
I think that's actually really good advice. Actually, if you have like a tiny sort of amount that you want to enter with, then use it to learn, because you're likely going to get a lot more from that than you would if you were to just gamble it away.
Yep. Exactly. So don't gamble it away. Don't try to make a big win in this market. A lot of traders tried that and they lost whatever little bit that they did have. Your job should be studying, learning, watching the charts this market, so that for the next market you are ready. Okay. Get a job if you have to, get a part-time job, and use the rest of the time to study and learn, and just accumulate funds, accumulate a stash. Don't touch any of that stash. Okay, use this $100, use $200, use maybe $400, $500 to just study. That's it. That needs to be the stash that carries you for the next 2 years maybe. Okay, so when you're ready, when the next market is here, and there's always opportunity, guys, there's going to be another bear market, there's going to be another bull market, and believe me, you can make a lot of money in the bear market. A lot of money in the bear market. Krisha and I are sitting pretty right now, where we're not in a situation where we have to put on any trades at all because of how well we did in the bear market, right? If the bear market has a lot of opportunity, because then you can just sit through the bull market and really not feel the pressure to put on any trades.
Yeah. The bear market was really, really good for me personally. I mean, I had Sean, who was kind of there to teach me and guide me, throughout my entire sort of trading journey, because I didn't know how to trade. I didn't even know how to read a chart. So he helped me out with that, and I ended up making a lot more in the bear than I made in the bull. So the bear market was really good for me. So that's the thing. So even by the way, this is a quick thing for those of you getting bored sitting in your bags of Cardano or whatever it is that you're sitting in, and you feel like your coin is not moving, and then you start calling it a stable coin. You know what I'm talking about. But if you find yourself in that situation, okay, where the bag that you're holding is in a phase of consolidation, that is actually an opportunity for you to learn. That's time. The chart is literally giving you time. Take that time and learn.
Yep.
So in fact, when the bull market started, remember, Sean, like when the bull market started and everything started to run, especially Bitcoin, I was kind of I was kind of upset because I'm like, shit. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready.
Yeah, I remember
I'm
that.
like, I think I want to learn a little more. I don't know if I'm ready. And the thing is that that's the thing with bull markets. When it starts, it goes, and it's a window of opportunity. And very seldom in that window do you get like these mini sort of opportunities to actually learn. So when the markets are consolidating, that is your opportunity to actually learn. So take that time, hunker down, and learn, study.
Yep. Well said, Krisha. Well freaking said. Study indeed. Up to this day, guys, I wake up every morning and I spend an hour and a half at least studying. It could be anything. It could be any freaking topic. Any topic. But I study every single day. Every minimum. Ryzen says, I've recently started following you and I wanted to subscribe to the Mango dashboard, but it won't let me log in with my credentials to pay for it. Could you help me out, please? Yeah, man. Just go ahead and PM either me or Krisha on Discord. Join the Discord if you haven't yet, guys, because we have some really, really good people in there. Really helpful discussions, educational discussions. No calls. We do not give out calls, so do not come in there asking for calls. But to get to our Discord, just type themangoway.com/Discord, right? That's all you have to do, themangoway.com/Discord. And then reach out to either me or Krisha. Make sure that you're reaching out to the people at the top of the list, right? Under the Keepers of the Grove. So, because there are a lot of people faking to be me and Krisha, and you guys don't want to fall for any scams. But yeah, reach out to either Krisha or me. But if you're just looking to get into your account, you can make a brand new account too, right? I mean, if you want to use that email in particular, by all means, go ahead and reach out to me or Krisha and we'll help you out. Oh, I do want to mention another thing. A lot of people have been complaining to me as to the price fluctuations that they're seeing on the Mango C program and the Mango Dynamic. People from the USA and people from the EU zone. That's because that Teachable, right, the platform that we are using, is applying a VAT tax, right? I think it stands for value added tax. It's a freaking exorbitant, extortionary tax, in my opinion, that is being shown over there. I think it's up to like $300 additional on top of the price that we've actually put, right? So that's what you guys are seeing, and sometimes it does show, sometimes it doesn't show. We have no control of that whatsoever. We do accept crypto, and we do not ask for your location whatsoever because we respect your privacy. So we're not trying to dodge taxes or anything over here, but we don't care about where you live. So because of that, there's no way that we could ask for a VAT tax. But yeah, the price is the price without the VAT tax if you do pay with crypto. That's just, I'm just putting that out there for all of you to know. You can do what you will with that information.
Yeah.
Garima Saroj says, clearly Krisha put too much alcohol. Sean, you missed an I in my request. You mean it's YFII? What do you mean? There's another coin? What is going on with this market? Why? Oh
It's
man,
all
there is.
benchmarking at the end. Benchmarking to one of the top players.
Okay, so I will look at this coin too for you, Garima, in a bit. Let me just go through the comments. Solid advice, says Nathan Daniel. Pressure sucks, chill and mix drinks instead. Yes. When you're ready to trade, man, you guys will know it, right? You guys will know it. But right now, most of you are FOMOing in. Study now. Don't lose the stash that you do have. Use your time. Like a lot of people during the COVID lockdowns, they were wasting it freaking binge watching Netflix. And I sent out an email letter to all of my old community members when I used to run a educational community based on just like business and self-education. And I told them, guys, this is your time. to self-study, right? Use that time, because you guys were complaining to me that you guys don't have the time, because I had to quit my job for that, right? Other people were still in their job and they were complaining back then. They had the time. Now you guys have the time to study while the markets are, while you guys don't have the funds to actually trade the markets properly. But yeah, let's see. Oh, Satman Wag is on. Hey man, Wag, how's it going? He says, by the way, Wag has been freaking killing it in the markets. Good job, Wag, good job. He says, I turned $350 into $5,000 in 6 months using the Mango Seed program. Hey bud, thank you for the shout out. Save your $100 until you have enough $100 to buy the course. Everything else comes naturally after that. You're a freaking gem. You're a gem. Yeah, Wag has been one of our successful Mango Seed members. It's great to have him in the community, and his best friend Robert as well. Where is Rob, by the way? I want to see him here in the chat. But yeah.
What's up, Wags? You get the whole basket of mangoes for that one.
But a lot of the seedlings have been doing freaking fantastic, right? Ajesh 4x'd his freaking account. So Ajesh, are you still in here? But he was here.
Yeah, oh my god, he literally just messaged.
I was binge watching Mango. There you go. He just messaged Ajesh 4x's account. And let me tell you guys, for those of you who did not watch the Ethereum video where I did give Ajesh a shout out, this guy is you guys need to know the context and the background surrounding him, because it's really important. He's the kind of guy who knows how to study and how to teach, because he is a teacher himself, right? Because of that, he's one of the guys who was able to make the best use of the Mango Seed program in the best time possible. There are a lot of other people who have done really, really, really well, but they had to do it by stumbling and going through obstacles before figuring out, hey, you know what? I need to sit down, take this slow, reflect on the content the way Sean actually says, instead of me just trying to like speed through all the content. Because the way I designed the course, guys, is in a really holistic manner that you need to watch a module, reflect on the charts, watch the module, reflect on the charts, and then things all come together, right? Ajesh knew that right off the bat, and he did it right. He did it right, and right off the bat, I don't say right off the bat, he took his time, right? He took his time and he did it right, and now he's 4x'd his freaking account. And believe me, guys, 4xing your account is huge. I 5x'd a part of my account, okay? No, he 4x'd his entire account. I 5x'd a part of my account because that part of my account was on Binance, and that was when Bitcoin was sitting at $10,000, okay? And I 5x'd that account using altcoin trades when Bitcoin was sitting at $10,000. Now, Bitcoin has 5x'd since then. And all of you guys who have been watching Mango since all the way back then, since last year's altcoin rally, you guys know that I have not been trading altcoins as aggressively anymore. Why? Because what has technically happened is that my account, my Binance account, has 25x'd in that interim, with me just sitting on my ass. That's the power of cryptocurrency. So if Ajesh has 4x his account today, his entire account, okay? His entire account, if Bitcoin goes on to 5x from over here, what would essentially happen is that he would have 20x his account from this point onwards by just sitting on his ass, right? I was able to just 5x only a part of my account. He's 4x his entire freaking account. This could be monumental of a win for him, and that's what Mango's all about. That stress-free trading, putting yourself in that position.
Yeah, but what's key in all of that is that all the trades, you know, I bet everything that even Ajesh took, because he had the fundamentals, the foundations of the seed program, also they were all very calculated trades. It was not just like throwing darts, right?
Yep.
So and also it really shows the power of compounding gains.
Yep, exactly. In crypto, man, it works so well. The kind of opportunities that a lot of you guys are going to see in crypto, you may never ever see in your life. But the good news is that I don't think that these opportunities are going to be dying anytime soon. I think we're going to see at least a couple more cycles, a couple more bull and bear markets before things start, before volatility starts dying out, right? I think we're still really, really early, at least a decade to 15 years more. Sahida Islam says, hi Sean, please reply to what? Did you PM me on Discord? I don't see any PM.
Coming real soon. Does Cardano have a product even? Is there
Oh,
anything on it?
she messaged above over here. She says, "Do you think a £50,000 investment can make 200,000 this year?" Um, that's the kind of financial advice I can't give you. You know, it depends on what you can do with it, right? It depends. I personally, okay. If it was an experienced trader, okay. How about this? How do I say this without damaging, putting you in a situation where you do harm to yourself? Okay, that's what I'm gonna say. How do I say this without putting you in a situation that where you're gonna inevitably freaking damage yourself? If you know what you're doing, 4xing or 5xing your account in these market conditions is the least you can do. It's the least you can do, right? I I I don't want to put it out there, but 50x is very, very, very freaking possible in these market conditions if you are an experienced trader. 50 freaking x, right? I know people have done way more, and Krisha knows people have done freaking way more, and they've just shocked us, but they've taken that much more risk, right? So can you do it? Yes. Are you like, the fact that you're asking me if that can be done doesn't mean that you can do it? I would say that you're more likely to lose money because you're asking me that question, because nobody who can do that would ask that question. So again, the question, the entire rant that I had a few minutes ago to the person who had only $100 to play with applies to you even more so. Save that money, study today so that you can play with it at a time where you know what you are doing and you won't even have to ask me that question, right? Because the worst thing is for you to lose that money and then you figure it all out and then you wish, damn, I wish I had that stash. And believe me, I've been there. I've freaking been there. And I was like, if I just freaking done it right instead of getting greedy off the bat, I would have been in a better position.
Yeah, I think that's good advice.
I've been hurt in this market, guys. I've been hurt. Kusha and I have both been hurt. So yeah, Kusha, go on.
Yeah, big time. So don't feel bad when we give you guys, like, you know, like something a bit more harsh to sort of chew on. Use it as a thing of self-reflection. You know, when we say these things, it should prod you to ask yourself some important questions when you are trying to make these kind of gains. So you know, be careful out there, and also say that, right? Okay, so now because you've sort of put a number out there, also be careful of scammers. I'll say that. Just now, Sean, when you were, you know, you were kind of giving her some good advice there, I was on my phone lit up, and apparently Mango Research, while we are live on stream, has responded to comments using
Wow.
our name. So be very, very careful, okay? If you are inexperienced and this is your first time trading and you have, you know, a decent sum to play with, there are people that are going to try and target you for that. So be very careful.
Okay, so with that, we can go back on over to the charts now. Garima did ask about why FII. I mean, what's next, Garima? Why FIII? It's pretty funny. But the chart actually looks pretty good. It actually looks pretty good over here. It is a bit more of an interesting chart. You guys can see it right over here. I'm going to use this new little icon here. It looks pretty cute. How do I twist it? Can I twist it? Okay, there you go. Right over here, we had a fake out, right? We had a fake out, but it doesn't mean that this consolidation pattern is completely negated. I do think that this trend is likely to continue towards the upside, and we likely see, there you go, it lines up. There's symmetry to this chart right over here. Okay, so to 3,816. But Garima, do you really want to trade this chart when it's so messy? It works. You could trade it if you have a fundamental view on it. But again, I don't know, man. I don't know. When it does pump, it's going to pump hard, right? To me, the good trade on this one is going to be about 3,871. Or if we retest 2,400, so 2,432, right? That is going to be a really good buy opportunity, the high or low. And yeah, then you are looking at a move all the way up to 3,800-ish. We're going to see resistance over here, of course, in the middle, but I think you can ignore the zone over here. Quite frankly, we are seeing the neckline. We are seeing resistance on this neckline right over there. So taking out that neckline is likely going to make us have that move, or rather take us all the way to around $3,800-ish. After that, we are looking at all the way up to $6,500. So what is this coin about? I'm really interested now, because it seems like it opened up at all the way up at $8,600. It had a drawdown of minus 88%, Garima, in a bull market. I'm not sure if other altcoins have done that. If they have, perhaps. Actually, this was in the bull market. This was all the way in 2020, November. This was bull market zone. Then again, it opened up when the DeFi rally, or rather the DeFi market started going into its bear market. So yeah, that's fair. That's fair, I suppose. This was a good opportunity for a lot of people. High or low over here at 1,240. It's 2x since then. What's this coin about? I'm really interested in actually knowing what it's about, because it got a pretty hard sell off, really hard sell off. And a coin like this, when it sells off this hard, it's either gonna keep going, or it's gonna dump all the way back down to like $420, maybe go all the way to zero. So one of two things is gonna happen. It's either gonna get back to its highs, or it's gonna dump back down to like $100. So keep an eye on it, is what I'll tell you. Okay, a good trade opportunity would be around 2,500 or above $3,000-ish, and then even the easier trade above 3,800.
I have my eyes on. I'm looking at the altcoins. It's funny. Just this afternoon, I was kind of looking at the altcoins, and now I'm looking at Bitcoin. Now all I see is Bitcoin suddenly. Thank you, Sean.
Hey, I kind of have that effect on people, you know. I open their eyes to the bigger potential and possibilities.
Thank you so much for that.
The easiest trade has been the Bitcoin trade.
Yeah, the easiest trade has been the Bitcoin trade. Definitely. We break up from here. Hello, 68K. 68K, what's the next target for Bitcoin anyways?
$72,000. Shane Walter says, I will need at least another bull run to get myself a house. Pretty price in England. Yeah, England's pretty expensive, eh? But think about it, man. Like, bull markets and bear markets in Bitcoin land are, like, one cycle is 4 years, right? That's not a lot of time. That's not a long time at all, man. People are willing to invest in a house, and their time horizon is like around 20 years, and that's fine. When it comes to investing in yourself, people are not even willing to invest 1 year of education or 2 years of education, right? And that kind of education will pay more dividends than an investment in a 20-year house, by the way. Way more dividends. I guarantee it. I guarantee it that if you invest 2 years in yourself, you will outperform in the long run any house over 20 years. I guarantee it. Just believe in yourself, choose yourself, pick yourself, invest in yourself, and that's all you need, man. The time, give yourself the time. Don't chase the big wins until you invest in yourself.
Wags is like, get the mango course and you will have everything you need to in a couple of years. So buy a bigger boat, call it Mango Sail Away. And not worry about returning.
That's funny. I missed it. You gotta screenshot that. Put it in the Mango Hall of Fame.
Now I want a boat with mango on it. And with mangoes on it.
That's freaking awesome. Like, I love you, buddy. I love you. But hey, the Mango Seed program, for those of you who are actually interested in a everlasting journey of education and studying, you guys will like the culture that we do have over there, because a lot of people have told me that the amount they studied at within the Seed program is more than even their 4 years at university, because we talk about everything in there. We talk about everything. There's so many freaking smart people in there. some really talented and people from all walks of life, right? All walks of people, all walks of life. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have freaking up people who have been investing and trading since the 1980s, 1990s. It's crazy, man. People with far more experience than me, like way more experience than me. So it's we have some really good people in there. So if you guys are looking to surround yourself around the right people and the right culture and community, Mango Seed is the place for ya. Oh, T-Bag right over here. I see his comment. How's it going, man? How's it going? Please look at Luna. We can look at Luna in a bit.
It's so weird. While going through the whole VAT tax thing today, it was kind of make me wonder, with all the whole stimulus thing that came out because of COVID, we're seeing the bill roll in now. And this is how it starts, right? It rolls in the form of taxation. These new taxes are going to be introduced to pay that freaking bill off.
Yeah, it's BS. And it's usually the middle class that is most affected by this. Guys, Luna looks pretty meh, not exciting at all. Consolidating.
That's a very that's a stable coin consolidation on the daily.
Yeah, but it could pop at any time. Like the trade on this one is going to be above. Okay, you have a trade above $20, guys. Just wait for about $20 or about $22. There's a zone over here. I actually did try for a trade on this one and got out. This was a week ago though, so yeah, so above the zone. Karima says that she's a dentist. Hey, good stuff. All right, guys, I'm wrapping up over here now. I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty dehydrated. Krisha's drink is beginning to get to me. This volume though on Luna is really interesting. This is gonna make a move soon.
I covered VeChain, by the way. Who asked for VeChain just now? Matt Patrick. I covered VeChain yesterday or day before yesterday. I have it on my list. I literally 22 hours ago. So it's very fresh, and I talk about targets as well. Okay, so you can go ahead and check that one out if you want something a lot more in depth. You'll find it on the main channel.
By the way, for those of you who have not hit the like yet, please go ahead and hit the like button, and yeah, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon as well.
Happy Easter, Presley.
Happy Easter to you too, buddy.
We're feasting tomorrow.
Krisha, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
No, I think we've covered most of it. I'm saying, guys, for those of you who are like heavy into altcoins right now, just be careful. I feel like Bitcoin, from what Sean sort of pulled up today on Bitcoin's chart, Bitcoin may be coiling towards something here. So yeah, keep one eye on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the big daddy here, and it's what is going to dictate. It's the market leader. Okay, it dictates everything. So definitely keep one eye peeled on Bitcoin.
Yep,
I've sort of changed my tune suddenly.
Altcoins are likely going to do well regardless against the USD, but for those of you looking to collect Bitcoin, it's might get dicey if we start seeing Bitcoin start closing those candles above those levels I did mention, right? Above around $60,000, $61,000 is when things get really interesting. So any candle close above 61,892 on a daily basis, or even if we start seeing 12-hour candle closes above there, I think that we're going to see some really volatile moves. But again, that hasn't happened just yet, so I'm not getting too bullish until we see that, right? We could still see this rollover. The bulls need to step up now, right? They have the opportunity to make things happen, so the bulls need to step up. If they don't step up, Bitcoin could just keep going sideways until the bears either step in or the bears get exhausted and they start closing their positions, because they're going to be bears accumulating short positions over here, hoping that this is a lower high. I mean, this is going to be, I don't see it as one, but there's, I don't know. I don't see the trade over here. I don't see the bears trade over here. But if the bulls take too long to make something happen, bears may try something. But then if we just keep going sideways, eventually the bears are going to be like, all right, cool, this is taking way too long, I'm going to get out of my position. And when they do decide that, they're going to be closing their trades, which entails them buying from the market the positions that they borrowed from the exchange. So that's going to start drifting price higher, and we did see something like that happen during the 3K zone, right? I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys really quick. You saw price drift, and then break with impulsive volatility. All right, so with that, guys, keep an eye on the charts. Do it the mango way, do the stress way. Krisha, any closing thoughts?
No, you guys know the drill, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button as well. And yeah, we will see you all very, very soon. If not in the live stream, then hey, at least in the daily videos.
Yep. Karima says, thanks for the amazing session. You are very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Avi, really good to see you in here, bud. Really good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you in the chat. Make sure that you drop in and say hi. I know life is probably getting busy with things opening up again, but I do want to see you active in the chat yet again very, very soon. With that being said, the rest of you can also join the Discord. We have great guys in there. Shout out to everyone who's been so great in the Mango Discord chat, in the Grove, in the Mango private seed as well. And again, if you guys are seeing fluctuating prices in the Mango, on the Mango seed or the Mango dynamic, that's likely because you are seeing a VAT tax being added onto the price that we have no control of. If you guys do pay with crypto, we do have control of the price, so you won't have to deal with any of that nonsense, because hey, we don't know, when you pay with crypto, we don't know where your location is, right? So we don't ask, we don't care. But yeah, with that, do it the Mango way, do it the stress-free way. Keep it safe, keep it easy, keep it breezy. Krisha, any thoughts? No? Done?
No, ciao, guys.
All right, ciao.